this is a ground fault circuit interrupter, and this is how you're going to change this. So I'm going to pull it out of the wall, take the cover off everything. But before you do that, you're going to take your tester, and I have taken this out of the wall like a couple weeks ago, just because I've been waiting to do this because I got paint on the prongs. And so you take your tester, plug it in, and make sure the outlet is actually on. And right now this outlet is off, so you can unplug your tester, plug into the other hole, and if it doesn't light up any lights, then you continue. First you want to take it out, which you'll need a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver. Once you get it out, you pull it all the way out of the wall, as far as you can get it. You'll see a set of brass colored screws and a silver. And the silver would be your white wires, which is your neutral, and brass would be your black, which is hot. Take a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the screws. And the wire wires with no coating on them, that would be your ground, or sometimes the wire will be green coating. Unscrew that. Take your new outlet and you check. This one has been used elsewhere and I've taken it out, and what I'm doing is trading places with one in the garage. On the back you'll see a sticker under the load, and if you'll see a little bit of the leftovers, the sticker. The sticker is for the wires that are leaving this box. So the power will come into these screws and leave these. And I'm not having any, I'm going to have both wires come to the top set of screws, so I will not need the bottom, but out in the garage I did, so I can't show you the label. So, but for this outlet, if you want to do it like me, you can put both the hot on the brass sides, both the neutrals and the silver, or you can do one at the bottom if this is going somewhere else that you need it. Ground fault circuit interrupted. So you take your two black wires. Remember, if you have a 15 GFI, do it just to be safe. Just take the two hots, go on the top, neutrals on the top. Ground will go on the green screw at the bottom screw. Alright. Separate your wires so it's a little bit more neat for you to grab them. Take your two hot wires, brass terminal on, which is the hot, and if you can't figure that out, you can figure out the small prong is hot, big is neutral, and so you just match this screw with the plug-in. Take the hot, but I'm going to do both up here, so you can slide them in both right there, not too far up. Alright, you take your Phillips screwdriver, screw them in. Make sure this is tight, and to make sure you get it fully tightened, you can get your flathead screwdriver and tighten it real good. Neutral on the other side. Oh, and if you see, they just slide in on this screw. So it's real simple to do. Same with the neutral. For your ground, sometimes you can stick it in like I did with these two, but sometimes you actually have to curl the wire like normal outlets or switches. And this time you could do either or. Since it's already curled, I'm just going to go ahead and spin it around there. It's easier for me just to do that. But actually, I'm going to show you guys how to actually, it's just easier for you guys most likely to do this. Take your pliers or whatever you want to take, snip it down, and make sure the wire is perfectly straight. Just stick it in that slot like every other one that you just did. It's real easy to figure out. Once you know exactly what wire goes to what, you figure out how to hook them on. I mean, worst comes to worst, you'll do it wrong, but right. I mean, if I would have put these around the screws, it would have been just fine. But make life easier to do it the right way. but there really is no right way to how you do it. You stick them in the slots. There's all types of ways. You can have this like this, upside down, wherever you want, sideways. That don't really matter. For the most part, you'll see 20 amp outlets, which look like this. 20 amp outlets. Here's an exact outlet. A little bit older, you can tell. The 20 amp has an extra prong on the neutral side. 20 amps. This is what a 20 amp would do. You do the same exact connections. I can show a video of this later on. Do the same thing. See the ground, everything's the same. Do everything the same. There's a sticker on the one side again. This one's been used, and there's the sticker markings. And this one's actually at the top, and that's the reason why 20 amp outlets are normally always put in your wall like this. So really, this is the bottom of the outlet. See, the sticker went through the bottom. Same with this one, bottom. So top of your outlet will actually be the ground on top. This is how a 20 amp would go in. This is how a 15 amp will go in. This is a 15 amp, 20 amp. So there's a difference. I can show a video on that if you'd like to. But you kind of gently, not crazy jam in, but just put this in the wall. But first, you could get it almost all the way in. Take electrical tape and wrap around all the terminals just for, I don't know, in case if your cover breaks one day and you decide to be dumb and stick a pencil in here, you're kind of protected for being dumb. So this is mainly for safety for somebody else if the cover eventually breaks. But now there's new styles that don't break. Push it all the way in, line up your screws, take a Phillip or flathead drill, whatever you want. I'm not going to use a drill because there's no way in the world you'll be able to see what I'm doing like that. Take it, start screwing your outlet in. And I think I broke my Phillips screwdriver. I chipped it, so it's having a hard time here. I don't know why. I don't know when I did that. But like I said, you just kind of push it in. Take your screwdriver. It's hard to do for the camera, good God. Start screwing in. Also, one of my problems is I've changed this outlet so many times, it's starting to get worn out in there. If you have plastic boxes, be aware of that. Screw it in with a normal screwdriver! No. Alright. Now that you got this in the wall, you start screwing in with a normal screwdriver. You can use a drill, but I'm not using a drill around here. Alright, now that the outlet's all the way screwed in, you'll take your cover, pop it on. You could get the other kinds that fit over top these screws and it'll have screwless. I could show you that design really, really quickly, but I'm going to do it the cheap way, which is, of course, to just get a flathead screwdriver. Screw it in, you'll have two big old fat screws at the bottom. Who cares? That's how every other house in the world is. So get your seeds out of here. You'll screw these in. Yep. And now your outlet's done. Now go down to your breaker, upstairs, downstairs, wherever it's at, and test it out. Alright, now that the power's back on, you see there's no LED light on. You want to plug this in real quick. Make sure there's no power coming through this. This is hard, man. No power. Now you want to test the outlet by pressing the red button. A lot of times, a lot of people have a hard time pressing it with their finger, but it's not that bad. Green LED light comes on, that's a good sign. Plug in your tester. 2 orange lights, amber lights, whatever people call them, are to say that this is wired correctly. And I'll show you the codes right here. Let that focus. 1 yellow light, open ground, and 1 yellow light in the middle is open ground. Open neutral with the yellow at the end. Nothing when there's no power or an open hot. Hot ground reverse, which is terrible. I think it would trip by then. But it is red and yellow. I've never seen that. Hot neutral reverse. I see this all the time. That's when you have red and yellow, and correct is 2 yellow. So, this is wired correctly. Plug your crap into it. And, yeah, now you got a GFI. You could have the GFI be, when I would press the black test button and everything goes off, it could be going somewhere else, which is like what in this situation would be my closet light. So when I press that in, that would turn off my closet light. So if I'd get water in my switch over there or something, this would turn that off, just for safety. But I don't have a reason to have it do that. I just want this outlet right here only to be safe. So when this turns off, these two will be off, everything else will stay on. So there you go. Hope this video helped.